Hey CIY, my name is Robert Bohnenkamp. I am a sophomore at Cincinnati Christian University studying biblical studies. I am excited to go through this process and meet and talk with all of you. Just great connections to have. So to start off with the first question, why do I want to be a part of CIY this summer? It's actually pretty easy. I have been going to CIY events since Superstart. So when I was in elementary school, I remember my first one where Eric Epperson was actually the host in Louisville, and it was just one of the most fun experiences of my life. Just moving through the process and getting to see CIY through Superstart and then through CIY Believe. And then in high school, I had the opportunity to go to CIY Move. I started at Lee University for 1 year, and then I went to Holland, Michigan for 3 years. And getting to experience it as a student was life-changing. I know I wouldn't be at Cincinnati Christian University, let alone studying to be in ministry and just making that my full-time job. I know I wouldn't be doing that if it weren't for CIY and some of the stuff I've learned and experienced through that organization. But not only that, I've gotten to experience CIY as obviously a student, but then also as a leader. I actually took a youth group there when I was a senior in high school. I organized the trip, and I got to see CIY from that different perspective. And again, I just fell in love with the mission and what we were doing for students and what CIY was doing for students like me at that time, just getting to grow. And then this past summer, I had the opportunity to go to a few CIY Move events. I actually went to 3. I went to 2 in Michigan and 1 in Lee University down in Tennessee outside of Chattanooga. And I went as a member of camp teams with Cincinnati Christian University. And I wanted to wait to apply for this position because I wanted to experience it first as a camp team member. And when I did that, I met so many people through CIY like Jason French or Mark Christian, and also the other interns who were working for you guys in the past on those teams. I had the opportunity to meet them and grow with them, and some of them are still very, very good friends of mine. And just the webbing of connections I've had through CIY and through that experience has been wonderful. But push that aside, just the mission of CIY and the mission of what we're doing, just reaching students as well as helping out the local church, as Jason French puts it. That's kind of his mission with CIY, is to help the local church. And I kind of fell in love with that initiative and that mission to the point where it is a no-brainer for me that I want to be a part of this organization in any way, shape, or form. And that's why I am hoping to become an intern this summer with you guys so that I can see it from one more perspective and just expand my love for CIY and through Christ and what he's doing through that organization. I just want to be a part of that because that's kind of where I'm at. I want to be a student minister, and I want to see students grow, and I want to see students change, and I think CIY is one of the best organizations to do that, so I want to jump on board. To begin answering a couple of the other questions, number 1, the best book that I have read this summer is Blue Like Jazz by Donald Miller. A friend of mine came to me and told me, you have to read this book, and I had never read it. I love reading, but I kind of read like very rarely, and so kind of rare for me to pick up a book and decide to read it. But with Blue Like Jazz, I decided to give it a read, and I think that Donald Miller is one of the coolest authors that I've ever had the experience of listening to and reading. I ended up looking him up online, and he's like huge in marketing, and he's this really intelligent man who talks about things all the way from this marketing end of how the local church is currently trying to lure people in and how that might be a challenge, but he also goes into depth about how we need to reach people in different ways. So he kind of contradicts himself, and I love that kind of complexity in an author, and I think with every page of Blue Like Jazz he shows that complexity, and so I really love that and was interested in that. And then secondly, if I could travel anywhere in the world, I would go to Florence, Italy, because I absolutely adore art. I can't draw at all. I can't even paint. I can't do any of that stuff. However, I am a history guy. As I said, I am a biblical studies major. And so for me, I just love the chance to see anything history, whether that be in Florence, Italy, and just through the paintings and through all the stories of how those paintings and sculptures came to be. I love that stuff. And I know I'm probably not supposed to give 2 answers, but I would also go to Turkey because it is modern day Ephesus. And the book of Ephesians has been huge to me, and I love it. So I would love to see and experience all the things that Paul was writing about in Turkey so many years later, and just see and experience all those places that Scripture talks about. I just think that'd be really cool. Again, my name is Robert Bohnenkamp. Thank you so much for the chance to be a part of this. I hope you guys have a great day.